40% debt to GDP, the metric the finance minister used just last year as her anchor that she's now cut loose. $40 billion more in debt last year, $40 billion more debt projected this fiscal year, $40 billion debt projected the following fiscal year. I sense a pattern. After 9 years of this Liberal NDP government, Canadians are being asked to hold the line at 40 something, but there's no real plan for that. Will the Prime Minister tell Canadians under 40 how much of their future he's blown?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
The member opposite is a graduate of the Ivy School of Business in my riding, Madam Speaker. He knows economics, so he knows, of course, that Canada has the lowest debt-to-GDP ratio in the G7, and that debt-to-GDP ratio is set to continue to come down. But what he's really saying by raising these issues is that they don't stand in favor of a vision of fairness for this country, one of childcare, farmer care, dental care, and building more homes. The National School Food Program that my colleague mentioned before is also vital to that vision. They stand against all of it.
Madam Speaker, it appears that member didn't get the memo, but what's causing inflation in Canada is actually deficits, and the Bank of Canada governor has said so. The interest cost to service Canada's growing debt has risen to over $54 billion, doubling in the last few years. It's now more than what we spend on health care. This is a cascade of debt obligations, and there is no plan to reverse it. This NDP Liberal government is not worth the cost. Will the Prime Minister advise why he continues a fiscal course that will saddle young Canadians with sky-high debt for years?
Hear, hear. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Now I really have to question the member's understanding of economics, Madam Speaker. I thought he knew, but I wonder now. Inflation is a global phenomenon, and in Canada, in fact, it's declining. What I would say is, back to that member, what is he going to do when it comes to voting on the budget? Is he going to stand and declare an intention to support childcare in this country, to make sure that we have a vision of fairness so that kids can go to school with their bellies full, so we can have dental care in this country, pharmacare, all these things? He's against it.